welcome to another episode of Equilibrium TV. I'm your host, Mike Haynes, and I am the junior correspondent here at Equilibrium TV. And tonight, I have the privilege of introducing you guys to a local band. They're all hailing from certain parts of Connecticut, called Audio Jane. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, so what I'd like to do is to get to know the band a little bit better. I'm going to have each band member introduce themselves and just give me a brief kind of synopsis of how you got into music in the first place. And you can keep it as short or as long as you want. So let's start with here. We'll start here with Nate.
Sure. Nate Harris. I play bass and sing harmonies. I'll take the hint to keep it short. Started playing guitar in my bedroom when I was 13 or so. And, basically went from there. Hopefully got better along the way, but that's for others to judge.
Mike Cianci, I play drums. I had a Fisher-Price drum set when I was like 2, and I just started hitting things.
Good outlet.
I guess.
Well, it got you here, so I mean that's
That is true.
that's pretty good.
That is true.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Kevin. I play guitar, and I don't know exactly how that happened that I got into music, but I do remember stealing my sister's mixtapes, which had all sorts of cool rock music on it. So.
Nice. I'm Sarah Pech, and I started singing in the church choir, and then I played viola in the orchestra, and I wanted to impress a stand-up bass player in the orchestra, so I learned how to play electric guitar. Yeah.
It's always those stand-up bass players that get you. They will get you to start stuff. They will definitely. Oof, Lord have mercy. So anyways, just want to kind of talk about some of the bands that you guys have been listening to currently. Anything new that you guys have been picking up on? Because you guys have been out doing quite a bit of stuff lately. So you guys have been seeing a lot of local bands, regional bands, and obviously all the other commercial kind of stuff. Any you guys want to talk about some of the stuff that you're digging right now, or that's maybe kind of influencing your direction, or anything along those lines? Each one of you can kind of chime in. I'd like to hear from each one of you. Like to chime in on that.
I guess I'll go. So the new Queens of the Stone Age album has been the last 2 weeks just on repeat for me. The new Killer Mike album, L. Michaels Affair and Black Thought, and then even though it's not that new, Boy Genius has still been going on rotation for like
Keep
the
your
last,
Bridgers.
Yeah, for the last number of months. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I dropped the paper. It's okay.
I've been making a lot of playlists for my 3-year-old son, so a lot of Beach Boys, he likes them, and some Jimi Hendrix, but I also always go back to T. Hardy Morris. He's kind of like I think the genre is grunge, so it's like country grunge, and he sings with a real twang, so I find myself kind of like doing that southern drawl sometimes.
I live with Sarah and her 3-year-old son, so we tend to listen to a lot of same things by necessity, so same. Certainly the new Jason Isbell album. We've been listening to Always around the house a lot.
Well, it's not new stuff for me, but I kind of go through periods where I'm like listening to bands that I think are going to inspire the work that I do for this band. So the last couple weeks it's been Beach House, especially Depression Cherry and Bloom. And I always come back to Screaming Females. They have a new album out, which I haven't fully heard, but I really enjoy their stuff. And Explosions in the Sky, also kind of going back through that back catalog a little bit.
Okay, cool. So sounds like some pretty cool influences, new and old. So the band Audio Jane's been around for a while. Like I said, you guys have been busy, even recently, even with the lineup changes and stuff like that. But you guys have also had your songs used on some TV shows like Nancy Drew, The Midnight Club, and in the movie The Never List. What was that like for you guys to actually, tune in and actually, hear something hear it, whether it was in the background or in the front or wherever, what was that like? Because that's not, we always talk about like first time I heard the band on the radio, da 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 da, but like getting into TV is really kind of an interesting thing. So I just wonder, how does that hit different, or how does that feel?
I would say it's gotten more exciting over time. They've gotten louder and longer. The first one was on a TV show, and we were super excited, and you could hear it if you had headphones on, like noise canceling headphones on. You could hear it for about 5 seconds. Since then, it's been more featured in scenes, in the backgrounds of scenes, which has been cool. And then you kind of see the spike in the streaming numbers. So it's gotten cooler and cooler. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it's pretty surreal. Like Nate was saying, like, I think the last one in Netflix's show in the Midnight Club, there's like a pretty prevalent scene that it's pretty upfront. So it's weird and surreal, but like I think I had said to Sarah, like it's got to be it's surreal for me, but it's got to be so surreal to be like, this came from you as a thought, and now you're literally watching it on a Netflix show, which has got to be pretty mind blowing.
Yeah, it is.
Anybody else want to comment on the TV stuff? Okay. So we'll move on to your album, A Terrible Plan, which you guys recorded back during the pandemic. Tell us about, kind of how that came about and the challenges you faced in recording something, during that time.
Do you want to know how the pandemic happened? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I would love to know how the pandemic happened, but I think we'll be here all night.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
we
The
probably-
album.
Yeah, there's I have a few theories we can talk about them later.
The album.
They make absolutely no sense, but that's okay. Terrible Plan. Yeah. So, want to speak to that one?
Yeah, I mean, we recorded that in my basement, and it was during the pandemic, so that was weird. We were trying to like have our masks and be all apart, and then I was also pregnant, so that was like an added thing. I actually don't even remember like, a good portion of that.
She was in a fugue state.
Yeah.
Are those contractions? Record them.
But yeah, I feel like we didn't get together for a long stretch, and then we just kind of got together whenever we could, when it seemed like it was okay to do things. And it was nice, though, to have the creative control by recording the album ourselves, because we could record things like either remotely or just have certain people come in at certain times and then go back and redo anything that we needed to redo or wanted to redo if we got a new idea for a song, throughout the recording process. So it was cool to have it change.
Yeah.
Good.
Agreed.
Okay. You concur?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, so kind of just out of a curiosity here. So it sounds like in 2018, you guys put out an album called Letters. Now, from what I understand, there's been some lineup changes and stuff like that with the band. Sarah, you've always been the constant in the band. But in 2002, you guys went back and re-recorded that album. And you guys did that with Red Room Studios. And so can you guys speak a little bit about, how that, what was that experience like, and how was it kind of like revisiting those songs again with, kind of what seems like kind of like a tabula rasa, kind of like, fresh eyes and ears on things.
I mean, I would say, as someone who was not in the band when the original album was recorded, I think everyone loves all the songs from that album, and they really stand alone in a real stripped down style. That album is not a stripped down production, and that's fine. But the songs really hold up in a very kind of stark performance. So I think we wanted to see how that would sound just recorded, in a studio, but sort of live to tape. We didn't do any overdubs. We overdubbed the vocals, but the instruments, it was one take. Sometimes it took 2 takes, but complete takes, and just to really capture the essence of the songs, because I think it's a phenomenal collection of songs, really.
Yeah, and I think the experience of recording to analog is pretty crazy. Like, there's no room for tricks and errors.
No copy and paste.
Yeah, and literally watching somebody do surgery on a reel-to-reel is pretty nuts. But I think to Nate's point, just hearing the songs kind of in their raw elements and the way I think that we played them differently from originally. And I think just the experience again of recording something live, knowing that there's going to be no trickery, you have to do it and you have to do it well. And again, just knowing that you're doing something and recording in a way that so many of the great albums that you've ever listened to is recorded in a very similar manner. I think even some of the consoles and some of the work or some of the instruments that are in the studio are actually from Electric Ladyland, which is pretty nuts to think about.
Yeah, no, Red Room has a very good reputation for putting out some really good analog stuff. Anybody else want to comment on that at all?
Yeah, I think that those are, that album was probably my favorite collection of songs that I've written. And it was before Nate and I kind of joined like songwriting forces. So, and the first album, Letters, was it was very produced, and it was sort of like a fever dream, and I liked that it was that way, but it was cool to hear it in like a more live version with the kind of current lineup of the band.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of make the last question kind of a two-parter, if you don't mind. So you guys mentioned earlier, Sarah, you and Nate are living together, and now you guys are really working together on the songwriting process, whereas it sounds like before a lot of the songwriting kind of originated with you, and then, people would add on to stuff. And it sounds like that process has become more organic between the two of you collaborating. How do you think that's changed your sound? And how do you think the current lineup and just what you guys have been doing recently is going to change over time in the next year, or in the next project? So just to kind of like make it a little bit like easier again, it's just like, how has it been co-writing, and how is that going to change the future of Audio Jane?
Most of the songs that we're doing tonight are songs that Nate and I wrote together. I think we still have a similar vibe, but I can say I don't know how it's changed this sound exactly, but I can tell you it's been a lot of fun just because it's a little bit of a challenge to write with somebody, but it's made us a lot more prolific. It kind of pushes us to do things that are maybe more chord changes. Nate likes to throw a lot more chords in there.
Then we tone it down and, sort of bat around lyric ideas. We've gotten to the point where we're kind of, sitting there literally writing a song line by line and disagreeing on something, and then we make it work and whatever. So it's very cool. I've never written songs that way before, and I don't think Sarah has either. So
that's got to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys fight over it? Is it like, do you know who I am?
Right.
Do you know who I am? No, do you know who I am?
Right.
Yeah, well, I did this. Yeah, well,
Right.
I get who gets the last say?
Right.
I feel like we tend to agree with each other. I think we both really respect each other as artists. So if Nate doesn't like a line, I'll kind of be like, okay, it probably sucks. And if he likes a line that I think sucks, I'll be like, all right, if he likes it, I'll keep it.
If we reach an impasse, though, I've said many times, like, you're the one who has to sing this and deliver it. So if you need to like it. So
there you have it, people. Talk about what a great way to work songwriting wise, band wise. So diplomatic,
right.
So well done. Nobody fights in this band ever. This band's going to live on forever. So thank you for being our guests, and hang on in there and watch a great set by Audio Jane, and we'll be back.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Told you how it felt, and it felt like a test. Waiting around to be second best. But I don't have so bright, but we're still down here. Don't mind heights, but I know you're scared. They say time will help you, but we never got to go on the Ferris wheel. I had a hard time saying goodbye. But I had a hard time saying goodbye. Nothing can make you move into the right thing and follow through. I won't follow you. I won't follow you. Nothing can make you move into the right thing and follow through. I won't follow you. I won't follow you. Nothing can make you move.
Those are two of the new ones we were talking about, called Wannabe and Beachtown. This is one off of Letters called Neck.
I fell asleep on the couch to a movie I knew how it ended before it was done. I fall down nothing, 'cause nothing means a thing to me anymore. Stay away, it's alright with me, as long as it's fast. And I'm not lost, I just take parts everything, but there's no going back. Break my neck, break my back for it, broken other mirror, and I ran out of her. Still got my hand in the game, but the cards face you. Stay away, it's alright with me, as long as it's fast. And I'm not lost, I just take parts everything, but there's no going back. No going back. No going back. No
Here's another new one called The Mark.
There's my mark for a drown in the dark, and I don't care 'cause I'm underneath. To love me now, if you don't, I'll go without. Though it kills to feel this way. Years ago, I thought that it would change, and I was wrong. And now the morning sun shows clearly I can stand here another day, and it's hard to be away or to get anything done. Stare at the wall, night will fall. So what happens now? Hope's on the line, got nothing but time, and I've got nowhere to be. Years ago, I thought that you would change, and I was wrong. And now the morning sun shows clearly I can stay here another day, and it's hard to be away or to get anything done. Years ago, I thought that you would change, and I was wrong. And now the morning sun shows clearly I can stay here another day, and it's hard to be away or to get anything done.
This is normally where I talk about how we have t-shirts for sale.
Every day, every hour, I never really know. Did I make it into something more? It's just a burrito. You never really talk about it, yeah. We never really talk about it, yeah. Every album, every song, it's just made up of words. Can you tell me where did it go wrong? Change chord, change of chords. You never really talk about it, yeah. You never really talk about it, yeah. Your love is like a shooting star. It keeps me on but you feel better. You make me when you're scarlet, let you know the travel slow. navigating by your phone. What comes of a charmer when everybody's gone back home? You never really talk about it beyond. You never really talk about it beyond. Your love feels like a shitty sweater. It keeps me on my shit, feel better. You leave me with a scarlet letter. Long and travel slow. Your love feels like a shitty sweater. It's only good and fair weather. So hang around if you let me. Long and travel slow. I know. Long and travel slow. I know. Long and travel slow. I know. Long and travel slow.
So we got a website, www.audiojane.com, all the social medias. If you look hard enough, you will find us.
Think I'm over it now. There's something you said must be over my head, over my head. Keep the pace at any cost. Make it round and soft. I'm getting sick of it, but hold up a little bit longer. And I don't need you to be mine. I don't need you every time. I'm just looking for the truth, dear. I'm moving on, but I'll wait right here. We fly by night, we fly by one. Talk me down across the miles. You know where to find me, yeah, you know what to do. Didn't think it through, was it real? I don't need you to be mine. I don't need to every time. I'm just looking for the truth, dear. I'm moving on, but I'll wait right here. I don't need to be mine. I don't need to every time. I'm just looking for the truth, dear. I'm moving on, but I'll wait right here.
think this is our newest one tonight. It's called Bigfoot, but it's only really half about Bigfoot if you get right down to it.
Something's gotta give. I don't know how it started. Memory like a ship, it leaves me heavy hearted. What was it that you wanted? Whisper in my ear. Can't stop once it started. There's a place not far from here. That's why they say to me, it's everything. She had it easy. That's why she doesn't say. A sight of the target, looking at the starry view. Until I lost on you. And maybe all I wanted was a place in your arms. But the course that I charted took too many turns. That's why they say time it's everything. She had it easy. That's why she doesn't say. I get my best shot. So what if it's not enough? They say third time's a charm. So what? What's the harm? I get my best shot. So what if it's not enough? They say third time's a charm. So what? What's the harm? That's why they say time it's everything. She had it easy. That's why she doesn't say. That's why they say time it's everything. She had it easy. That's why she doesn't say.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to Audio Jane tonight on Equilibrium TV. And we're going to close out their set tonight with a song called Letters. So stick around, check out the song, and hope to have you guys back again when you guys got some new material and stuff like that.
We'd love to. Thanks for having us.
Yes, and thank you for the homage to GBNE. That was great. Loved it. Thank you.
Wrote you a letter today to sing myself and send some pictures for you. I was looking for meaning in the right words you said. I still haven't found any yet. And yeah, you're just like me. A nervous wreck, a nervous wreck. And she's calling my name, but I can't stand to hear it. Yeah. And she's calling my name, but I can't stand to hear it. Yeah. I was a piece in the dark. I didn't know what to say, because I knew that you changed. I didn't know what to say, 'cause words fall short in this space. And yeah, you're just like me, a nervous wreck, a nervous wreck. And she's calling my